Okay, so welcome back everybody. Now we're gonna have to do a few things in order to get this sorted and working. You might notice that the unit button is no longer running. At the end of the installation process, I pressed on exit, but I did take a screenshot. So this is what you will get. Hold on. There you go. So lots of things here in the background. Forums, I am running through things, downloading things, going insane, berserk, but no big deal. Here it says downloading, extracting, installing, installation complete. And down below, look, it says, oh, actually this is a screenshot from the previous attempts. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get the same exact message. It says that this is the point, the moral of the story. It will say that the created USB device will not boot off of a Mac. Insert it into a PC and select the USB boot option in the BIOS boot menu. So this is true. This is completely true. The unit button has told you that this USB will not work on a Mac. And it doesn't matter which, is it 2013, 14, 15, 2009, 10, 11, whatever. Completely irrelevant. This USB will not work as it is. We need to modify it, we need to play around with it in order to make it functional. So let's go ahead and close this image as we no longer need it, and let's open up our file manager, or Finder as it is called on Mac, and go to the partition that we have just modified. This FE folder, I've created it a moment ago when I was attempting to do this video but failed miserably. I'm going to go ahead and say move to trash. You're not going to have it in the first place. So I have removed it completely. What I need to do now is go ahead and say new folder, type in FE, enter, and then I need to enter FE and go into new folder and type in boot, and then I'm going to go into boot. Well, actually I didn't need to go into boot. That's it. That's what you need to do. Just create those folders. Sorry. So it goes like this. This is the folder tree that you need. So FE and then boot in the root. So in the root of the USB on the first partition which we have created, for me it's untitled 1. You might have labeled it differently. It doesn't matter. As I said, you have freedom there. It does not affect it. It does not affect it in a technical sense, the boot process, that much. It's going to boot whether it's called tralala or whether it's called untitled 1, completely irrelevant. It says here FE and then here boot. This you need to create. Without this it will not work. So the following files that I will copy into the boot folder will be provided to you either on Udemy, or links for downloads will be provided for them on Udemy. So you will be able to download them from the net. I'm just going to go ahead and copy them from my other USB. There you go. So you need boot x64.fe, grub.cfg, grub x64.fe, mockmanager.fe. One of these four is going to work. The other ones will be pointless. Well, not pointless, but you won't be able to boot from them. You will see what you won't be able to use them to boot. You will see what I mean in a moment. I'm just going to say copy 4 items. So the 4 items that I'm copying for here, as I said, they will be provided to you. You will be able to download them either through links, or I will post the files directly on Udemy. I'll see if they'll allow me that. So you will be able to get them from the net, because obviously you won't have them on your machine. Go back to the folder that you just created, FE, and then boot. Go into boot and say paste 4 items. And there you go. So we have 4 items that have been pasted here, and just need to leave them as such. No big deal. Now, if you have followed the tutorials along the merry way as I have shown them, in the order in which they were given, if you have followed through this whole section for a Mac on how to do this, on how to first create a virtual machine, install it, etc., then this next part won't be a problem to you. If it is a problem to you, if you're just skipping through the videos and going where you can or what you think is interesting, I would suggest to go back a few tutorials within this section and have a look at how I have made this particular setup. So I'm stating this because I am about to open up a virtual machine and format a partition from within Kali. So I have demonstrated how to create this setup. Now we're just going to utilize our setup from the previous tutorials to our advantage. Go into downloads, in the application folder. If you have followed everything through, you will have VirtualBox here. Then open it up, and also we're going to need to eject this device. Eject all, yes please. Couldn't be ejected because terminal is using it. Again, seriously. Where am I? Okay, I'm definitely not using it. So let's go ahead, triple clicks. Let's go ahead and unmount it. Actually, it's not unmount, this is eject, but fine, whatever. So it's injected. Let's boot up Kali. Oh, wait. Power off the machine. Go into settings first. My apologies. Go to ports, USB, USB 2, unless you're using a USB 3.0, which is, I don't know, which is an overkill, but oh well. And then select the USB that you want from this menu here. Actually, you first need to, forget about it. Let's delete it completely. Click on the plus here and select your USB from here. See it here, and then go ahead and click on OK. Then inject this. Eject all. And then boot up Kali. So this is a Kali virtual machine which we have created in the previous tutorials. If you're just tuning in, just go back a tutorial or two and you will see how this is done. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I really don't know how. I mean, I could basically go onto the net and figure it out how to do it on a Mac, but it's just so much easier for me to do this on a Linux and to format the partition the way I want to format it. We're going to use gparted, which is just so awesome of a tool that I have come to love and admire over the years to format our second partition. So we're just basically gonna do that. Come on. Booting, excellent. So you see, I already have these two here. Kali can see both partitions without any problems. Now we're gonna open up a terminal and type in gparted. Okay, gparted or gpart. Are you serious? Gee. Okay, apparently I cannot spell. Okay, so it's looking fine. In the upper right corner, select your USB device. Make sure that you have selected your USB device. Just take a look at the size and that should help you out. So it will say that one partition is the boot and that the other one is basically just some FAT32, and it's going to say the size, tell you the size. Go ahead and unmount it. So unmounting, come on. Anytime, my good man, anytime. Go ahead and right click on it again and say format to, and we are going to, well, actually I'm gonna delete it first, and then I'm gonna say new. Leave everything as it is, just right here, Casper-read Casper-read W. Leave it as a primary partition. Go ahead and click on add, and then we're going to go into edit, apply all operations. Well, before we actually do that, let's just be cheesy a little bit and see if we could change the label, since I was a genius who didn't change it, and I like to complicate things, which will likely mess it up. I don't think I will be able to do this, but let's see if there is an option just to change the label of the device. I probably can, but I need to reformat it. I'll forget about it. I'm not gonna ruin the session with that. But it doesn't really matter. I've unmounted it. It says creating primary partition ext4 49 78. That's about 50 gigs on dev stb. Fantastic. So it didn't really feel like reformatting this and going straight from the beginning just because it says Untitled 1. Sure, it's nicer when it says Kali, but live with it. I mean, if you want to change it, feel free to go through the process. Feel free to change it at the beginning or go to the procedure again. It doesn't really matter at all. Now that all of this is done, we're gonna say quit. We're gonna close the virtual machine, and we're gonna close, yeah, sure, we can close this as well. And in the follow-up tutorial, we shall install another thing, which from the net, again, I shall provide the links for this or the download itself, which we will be able to utilize in order to create the boot, which will be the third and hopefully the final portion of the series. If you're wondering why am I fragmenting them so, it's because I have certain time limitations for videos when I put them on Udemy. Until then, I bid you all farewell.